Good morning, everyone. Let's start the new chapter, Theory of Demand, from microeconomics only. Children, first of all, as I explained to you in the previous chapter we had done, that is the difference between micro and macro. I explained you about the difference between two. So let me recall and let me explain so that we can start with a new chapter. Children, economics is divided into three types. It has three parts: microeconomics, macroeconomics and statistics. Microeconomics is the one which deals economic issues at the individual level. Macroeconomics which deals with the economic issues arises for the whole economic point of view. Statistics deals with the collection of data. In stats we study about the collection of data. So these are the three types of economics which is divided into three parts. तीन तरह से हम economics को study करते हैं. Now at individual level, I said, so individual means it can be individual producer, it can be individual consumer. Clear? It means micro level means हम small level पे issues को study करते हैं, छोटे level पर. Macroeconomics said it deals with the whole economy, so it means government is the one who deals with the whole economy. So economic issues will be deal with at large level by the government. Micro छोटे level के issues को deal करती है and macro large level के issues को deal करती है. And stats, I said, it belongs to, it relates with the collection of data. It means in our economy there are three parties: producer, consumer and government. Producer and consumer is the one which deals at micro level. Government is the one which deals at macro level. What are the motives of these three parties? The motive of producer is profit maximization. Motive of consumer is satisfaction maximization, to provide maximum satisfaction to the consumers. प्रोड्यूसर का मोटिव है प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइज करना, कंज्यूमर चाहता है उसकी सेटिस्फेक्शन मैक्सिमाइज हो, गवर्नमेंट क्या चाहती है? वेलफेयर ऑफ द सोसाइटी, सोसाइटी का वेलफेयर करना. प्रोड्यूसर्स का मोटिव है प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइज करना, कंज्यूमर को मैक्सिमम सेटिस्फेक्शन दे करके, और कंज्यूमर किस लिए खर्च करता है? मैक्सिमम सेटिस्फेक्शन गेन करने के लिए. And what is the motive of the government? Welfare of the society. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जनता का फायदा करना. So these are the three parties which are included, which are the regular part, important part of our economy. Now, at the micro level, as we are studying microeconomics, macro we will study in +2. Stats we are already studying. So let me start at micro level. Children, micro means individual, and at individual level we are dealing with two parties, producer and consumers, and this producer and consumer having four different theories. Four different theories. What are those four different theories? First one is theory of demand. Second is theory of supply. Third one is theory of cost. Fourth one is theory of revenue. Clear? We have four theories: theory of demand, theory of supply, theory of cost, theory of revenue. Today we are beginning this chapter, the theory of demand. These three other theories we will continue afterwards. So let me start with the theory of demand today. Children, first of all we should know about the definition of demand. That what is demand? Demand refers to the desire to buy a commodity with sufficient purchasing power, and the willingness to spend. I repeat, demand refers to the desire to buy a commodity backed with sufficient purchasing power and the willingness to spend. मतलब कि डिमांड 3 एलिमेंट से बनी है. हमारी डिजायर से, मतलब पहले हमारे मन में एक चाह का होना जरूरी है कुछ खरीदने के लिए, देन हमारी जेब में पैसा होना जरूरी है, backed with some sufficient purchasing power means money. पैसा है, खर्च होगा तो खरीद पाएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं. That is a second element. Now third element of demand is willingness to spend. Willingness to spend means हम खरीदना चाह रहे हैं. We are ready to pay. हम खरीद रहे हैं, खरीदना चाह रहे हैं. 2 बातें आ गई. Want, हम खरीदना चाह रहे हैं, खरीदने के लिए रेडी भी हैं और पैसा भी है. When these 3 elements comes together, then it will be known as demand. If a single element is missing, it will not be considered as a demand. So it is a sum total of these 3 elements. Clear? Desire, purchasing power, willingness to spend. Now, there are 2 types of demand, or you can say demand is divided into 2. Now, what are those 2 types of demand, or it can be studied from 2 points of view, you can say. The first is quantity demanded, and the second one is demand itself. Now, what is the difference between 2? With theory of demand, we are studying 2 concepts, quantity demanded and demand. Now, what is the difference between 2? Quantity demanded means specific price, and demand arises when there are different possible prices arises in the market. Means demand arises at different possible prices. So quantity demanded only at specific price and demand at different possible prices. Specific price means कि अगर मार्केट में 10 रुपए है तो हम 50 यूनिट खरीदेंगे. ये हमारी फिक्सेशन है. मैंने फिक्स कर दिया कि अगर प्रोडक्ट का प्राइस 10 होगा तभी मैं 50 यूनिट्स खरीदूंगी, अदरवाइज नो. So that is the specificity I am explaining here. Quantity demanded. Second is demand. Demand I am saying कि अगर प्राइस 10 था तो मैंने 50 यूनिट्स परचेज किए. यूनिट्स और प्राइस. जब प्राइस 10 से 15 हुआ तो मैंने कहा कि मैं 50 नहीं खरीदूंगी, मैं 40 परचेज करूंगी. When price rises from 50 to 20, I said that I will purchase only 10 units. It means at different prices I am purchasing different quantities. So that is demand. It becomes demand. Quantity demanded specific price, demand is different possible prices. Clear? Now the next is, what is the relation exist, or what kind of relation exists between price and demand? What kind of relation exists between price and demand? To explain this concept, that what kind of relation exists between price and demand, it can be understood through 2 things. To explain this concept, we have 2 things. One is demand schedule. Here you will write quantity demanded, because demand itself will become with the relation of price and quantity demanded. So there are two things, demand schedule and demand curve. Now what is this demand schedule and demand curve? Demand schedule is a tabular form of presentation. This relation can be shown by these two things. It can be shown in the table form, it can be shown in the graphical presentation, or you can say diagrammatic presentation. So relation can be shown by these two things. The first one is through the tabular form of presentation and the second one is graphical presentation. Clear? They are the two forms. Now what is a schedule? That is a table. Graph means curve. Wait for it. How we have to explain this? Children, there is a kind of relation, quantity demanded and price, and I am showing a curve here. OX axis, OY axis. On OX axis we will show quantity, on OY price. Suppose when the price is ₹10, quantity demanded is 100 units. When price is falling from 10 to 8, 8 to 7, 7 to 6, quantity demanded is rises. What it shows, when price falls, quantity demanded rises. But we are demanding at different possible prices. Clear? So it is a schedule. ये एक शेड्यूल है जिसे हम किस फॉर्म में शो कर रहे हैं? टैबुलर फॉर्म में. दिस वन इज ग्राफिकल प्रेजेंटेशन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कर्व. दिस विल बी द diagrammatic presentation of demand curve. I explained you how afterwards, but in little bit I am explaining you here first of all that is a schedule, that is a curve. That is the difference between two. Now, schedule having two types and curve also having two types. There are two types of schedules, two types of curves. Schedule and curve. There are two types of schedule, individual schedule and market demand schedule. Individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. Similarly for curve also there are two types, individual demand curve and market demand curve. The diagrammatic presentation or the graphical presentation of individual schedule is known as individual demand curve. The diagrammatic presentation or the graphical presentation of market demand schedule is known as market demand curve. इंडिविजुअल डिमांड शेड्यूल को जब हम डायग्रामेटिक फॉर्म में शो करते हैं तो वो डिमांड कर्व बन जाता है. मार्केट डिमांड शेड्यूल को जब हम डायग्रामेटिक फॉर्म में करते हैं तो वो क्या बन जाता है? मार्केट डिमांड कर्व. लेकिन दोनों ही फॉर्म में, चाहे वो इंडिविजुअल डिमांड हो चाहे वो मार्केट की डिमांड हो, दोनों में ये डिमांड कर्व की शेप डाउनवर्ड रहती है, नीचे की तरफ. डीडी इज द डिमांड कर्व. चाहे वो मार्केट की डिमांड कर्व हो चाहे वो इंडिविजुअल डिमांड कर्व, दोनों का एक जैसा. अब हमने सपोज टेबल बनाई थी, व्हेन प्राइस इज 10 डिमांड इज 100, व्हेन प्राइस फॉल्स then demand also rises. For example, this is the demand of a single consumer in the market. Suppose there are two or three consumers available in the market. Clear? Suppose there are 2 or 3 consumers are available in the market, X, Y, Z. Clear? अदर्स आर नॉट देयर. एक प्रोडक्ट की सिर्फ 3 टाइप के कंज्यूमर है मार्केट में और वो अलग अलग तरह से डिमांड करते हैं सेम प्राइस पे. और सपोज करते हैं कि उनकी ये डिमांड है, तीनों की मिला के ये डिमांड है, तो भी डिमांड का यही बनेगा. चलो हम सेम प्राइस पे अलग अलग भी ले लेते हैं. 100 सपोज एट 10 रुपीज एक कंज्यूमर 100 यूनिट्स खरीदता है, लेकिन दूसरा अपनी पॉकेट मनी के हिसाब से 50 खरीदता है और थर्ड भी कहता है कि मैं 50 लूंगा, यानी कि टोटल डिमांड इज 200. अब जब प्राइस 7 है, X is demanding for 200 units, but Y said I will take 100 and Z said I will take only 20. So what is the total now? 320. At when price is 6, X said I will purchase 300 units, Y said I will purchase 200 and Z said now I will purchase 100. It can be varied. So it is now 600. But it shows जब प्राइस 10 है तो 200 यूनिट्स खरीदे, जैसे जैसे प्राइस रिड्यूस हुआ डिमांड बढ़ती गई. सो द डिमांड कर्व सेम, इट विल रिमेन सेम, डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग, द शेप रिमेन्स सेम नाउ. सो for individual demand curve also, for market demand curve also, the shape of the demand curve remains same, downward sloping, or it can also be known as negative sloped demand curve. How? Let me explain you. Children, up to 10th standard, you people have studied there. The graph is divided into 4 parts. How is shown a graph? It has 4 parts: OX axis, OY axis, OX dash, OY dash. फर्स्ट पोर्शन शो करता है कि x और y में कैसा है. x और y कैसे हैं हमारे यहाँ पे? पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव, दोनों प्लस होते हैं. यहाँ x और y में कैसा रिलेशन है? x नेगेटिव है और y पॉजिटिव है. इन दैट पोर्शन x is positive and y is negative, and in that portion x is negative and y is also negative. But in economics we will study only this. The relation will exist in x and y as positive. Normally negative ही हो सकती है, एक चीज नेगेटिव हो सकती है, बट जनरली हम क्या स्टडी करेंगे इकोनॉमिक्स में कि दोनों हमें पॉजिटिव मिला है. On that basis we will do that portion of graph. जब भी हम ग्राफ बनाएंगे तो सिर्फ इस पोर्शन को बनाएंगे, इन्हें हम इग्नोर कर रहे हैं. We will not take these 3 portions in economics. Clear? Now, as explained that we will take only positive values of x and y. This portion will be used. Clear? Now, suppose there are 2 things, x and y. One is the quantity, another one is the price. Suppose if x is rises and y is falls, or I can say that x is falling and y is rises. What kind of relation exists here? Negative relation, or you can say inverse relation between 2. So in that case, what will be the relation in these 2 variables? Negative relation. What kind of demand curve will be arise for these? Negative slope. In that case, the demand curve will be negative. It shows inverse relationship between 2 x and y. So what kind of relation exists? Inverse relation. And the slope of the demand curve is downward sloping, or we can say negative slope. Okay, beta? Now the second case is, suppose x is rising, y is also rising, or you can say x is falling or y is also falling. Now what kind of relation exists between 2 variables x and y? Positive relation. So what kind of demand curve will be shown in that case if there is a positive relation between 2? Upward sloping. Upward sloping, or we can say positive relation. Clear? Direct relation between 2. Direct relation. It shows indirect relation, negative slope, downward sloping. That case where both are rising or both are falling, there is a direct relation or upward sloping demand. Now the third one is, suppose x is rising and y is constant. If one element is constant, where we have to show y? That side, ox that side. If y is constant, the element of y is constant, but x is rising, suppose the quantity is rising, clear? But the price, that point, price is constant. So what will be the shape of demand curve? Straight line parallel to OX axis. So what kind of relation? No relation. No relation exists. Fourth case is X is constant and Y is rising or falling. In that case also X can be fall or rise. If X is constant but Y is rising or falling. X is constant here at one point. It means that demand curve will be parallel to y-axis. It will be a straight line parallel to y-axis. So here also no relation exists between X and Y because X is constant and Y is rising or falling. Clear? In first case, when one is rising, other is falling, there is a negative relation. The demand curve will be negative slope. Second case is when X is rising, Y is also rising, means both showing positive relation, there will be upward sloping demand curve. Third case, when there is a X is rising or falling and another element is constant, then in that case, it will be straight line parallel to x-axis. In the fourth case, when X is a constant variable but Y is rising or falling, there is no relation between two, but the straight line will be shown parallel to y-axis. I think children, this much is sufficient for today. We will continue our lecture with the next topic. Till then, thank you.